Okay, hello. I'll quickly go over the setup for Phelsuma klemmeri, which is a small day gecko in the Phelsuma genus. Quite small, very bright, pretty bold gecko, so they're pretty fun. For the tank that I've set up, it's been cycling for a while now. I changed a couple things about it. It's a bioactive setup with drainage, substrate barrier, and then an ABG mix. It has a cork background. You could go a simpler background or no background at all would be fine. For the hardscape, it's primarily bamboo. Phelsuma klemmeri is endemic to northern Madagascar, and they live in bamboo forests. So they're quite adapted to being on bamboo and climbing it. Their toe pads are really well designed for it, so they quite enjoy it. The plants in there, they could grow a little bit more. I'm kind of waiting for things to grow in. There is a Neoregelia, which has a pup actually right now. A couple other plants. There's a snake plant back there, still growing. A slow growing philodendron. This is a philodendron burl marks, I think. Back there, Monstera adansonii, I think, which I'm hoping climbs background. And then there's the Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, the Monstera mini. I have a couple cuttings in there. For this day gecko and for most day geckos, broader leaves is better so it can support their weight. And just generally, having a well-planted tank will help them feel more secure. You'll see them out a lot more. If they kind of can think they can get away, they'll be more bold and willing to come out. For the parameters of the tank, I have it on a mister, an automatic misting system, which I'd recommend. I also have been trying out a fogging machine, so I will fog intermittently at nighttime to increase humidity. On top of the tank, there is a large LED bar, just a shop light would work. This and all other day gecko species need UVB. So there's a UVB in Arcadia 6%, I think. I also have a halogen puck light, and that acts as a basking spot. So it's just a few inches from the screen. You kind of want to prevent it from getting too hot because Phelsuma will climb on top of the screen and they can burn their toe pads. So it's a basking spot of about 90 to 95, and then the rest of the tank is a gradient with kind of the top being high 80s. And they can go, as low as 70s. It would be fine. Room temperature with a basking spot of about 90, 95. That's about it for any standard Exoterra or Zoomed, or I think this is a Zoomed. You want to escape proof it. So for instance, like Exoterra and Zillas have, that's right, it's a Zilla. They have those cable slots at the back of them. You want to cover that with something. You could do silicone or anything. I use sticky tack. Pretty much you want to make sure all crevices, cracks that are connecting the screen top with the actual enclosure are covered because they can escape really easily. They're really small and they can squeeze through pretty small openings. Same thing for the glass. I silicone, there's a bead of silicone to kind of help seal this. I'm not sure if an adult could escape. A juvenile or a hatchling certainly could. Fruit flies could as well. I think that's about it. I just feed, they're on Heidi fruit flies, bean beetles. You could do small crickets like 1/8 to 1/4 inch, pinhead crickets maybe. On top of that, you want to give them a fruit diet, so Repashy, Pangea. it's good practice to mix or to vary the fruit diets in their whole diet in general. On top of that, lastly, it's good to provide calcium. So I don't have any in there right now, but just providing a small dish with calcium to prevent calcium deficiency, specifically in females if they're laying eggs. Oh, and the last thing, if you were to have a male and a female, of course, they will breed. In here currently, I have these floral egg tubes. They will lay in those if there's nowhere better in the tank. Right now, the bamboo is hollow, so they would almost certainly lay in a bamboo hollow than in that. So if I want to change that, you can plug up the bamboos and they'd be more likely to lay in the egg tubes. That way you could take them out if you want to incubate them. That's about it. They need good ventilation, so front ventilation and some at the top to give you cross ventilation. I have a little bit of it covered with saran wrap to just marginally increase the humidity, but you want pretty good ventilation. That's about it for, I might make a document that describes their kind of watering schedule and temperature parameters. But that's it. Thanks.